Hello dear students, welcome to my third class on module 3 relations and functions. So in this lecture video, I'll be discussing about composite functions and invertible function. So first we will discuss about composite functions, problems on that. So after that we'll be discussing about invertible function and problems on invertible function. So first we will define what is composite function. Okay, to define this composite function, I'll be taking 3 non-empty set and 2 functions. So consider 3 non-empty set ABC and the function f from a to b and g from b to c. So then the composition of these two functions is defined by the function GOF, which is mapping from a to c, with the condition that GOF of a is equal to g into f of a for all a belongs to a. So the same thing we can see in the figure. So I'll be taking here 3 sets. Okay, so the set A contains the element A. So I'm doing a mapping between A to B. This is set A, this is set B, this is set C. So first I'm doing a mapping between this A and B with the function f. So I got f of A here, and I'm doing a mapping between, what is that, B and C also with the function g. Now I'm going to apply the composition between these 3 sets ABC with the function GOF. So I'll be getting what now? From A I got g of f of A. So this will be called as a composite function. Problem number 1. The function f and g is defined by f of x is equal to x cube and g of x is equal to x square plus 1 for all x belongs to the real numbers R. So find GOF, FOG, f square and g square. Okay, so they have given g of x is equal to x cube. Sorry, f of x is x cube and g of x is x square plus 1. So here both f and g are defined on the real numbers R. So therefore all the functions GOF, f of g, f square, g square must be defined in the R only. And we can expand this f square is equal to FO of FOF and g square will be GOG. Okay, so now the first one, I want to find the value of GO of f. GOF of x. So it is defined by g of f of x. So actually we know the value of f of x here. It is given by x cube. So I'll be getting g of x cube. And we know what is g of x also. G of x is given by x square plus 1. But in the place of x I'm having x cube here. So I can get the value x cube whole square plus 1. So on simplifying this I'll be getting x square 6 plus 1. So next is FOG of x. So it will be equal to what? F of g of x. G of x is given by x square plus 1. So I'll be getting f of x square plus 1. So I got x square plus 1 whole cube because f of x is x cube. So I'll be getting x square plus 1 whole cube here. So next is f square of x. So it will be equal to FOF of x. So it will be equal to f of x. F of x is x cube. Again finding f of x cube, I'll be getting x cube whole cube. I'll be getting x power 9. So next is g square of x. It will be equal to what? GOG of x, g of x. So g of x is x square plus 1. I'll be getting g of x square plus 1. So on simplifying this again by using g of x function, I'll be getting what? X square plus 1 whole square plus 1. So on simplifying this, I'll be getting x power 4 plus 2x square plus 2 I'll be getting here. Problem number 2. Let f and g be functions from R to R defined by f of x is equal to ax plus b and g of x is equal to 1 minus x plus x square. If GOF of x is equal to 9x square minus 9x plus 3, so we have to find a and b. So first I'm going to find GOF of x from the given equation f of x and g of x. So we have GOF of x is equal to 9 minus 9x plus 3. This will be equal to g of f of x. This is from the given equation. So now I need to find the g of f of x. So given f of x is actually what? Ax plus b. So I'm going to incorporate that f of x value here. So I'll be getting what? G of ax plus b. And I'm going to rewrite this g of ax plus b in terms of g of x function. Like how? Like this. 1 minus x plus x square. So in the place of x, I'll be replacing ax plus b. So I'll be getting what? 1 minus ax plus b whole square. Or expanding this, I'll be getting what? X square plus 2ab minus a into x plus 1 minus b plus b square. So now I'm going to compare the coefficient in LHS as well as RHS. So I'll be comparing first x square coefficient. So comparing x square, I'll be getting a square is equal to 9. By comparing x coefficient, I'll be getting 2ab minus a is equal to minus 9. On comparing the constant coefficient, I'll be getting 1 minus b plus b square is equal to 3. So on simplifying this, I'll be getting what? A is equal to plus or minus 3. So by replacing this plus or minus 3 in this equation, where in this b equation, so at a is equal to plus 3 and a is equal to minus 3, I'll be getting b is equal to minus 1 comma 2. So this is the answer for a and b by using the composite functions. So next is invertible function. So to define this invertible function, I'll be taking two functions actually, but actually I'm going to find the for f only. So I'll be taking a function f from a to b is said to be invertible when means if there exists a function from g from b to a such that GOF will be equal to IA and FOG will be equal to IB, where this IA and IB will be called as an identity mapping. So where this IA is an identity function of the non-empty set A and IB will be the identity function of the non-empty set B. So this is a figure. I'm doing a mapping between A and B. This is the non-empty set A and this is the non-empty set B. So first I'm doing a mapping between A and B. So from the function f, and we can call G as f inverse also, because since f is invertible, because after multiplying G and f only I'm getting identity mapping. So I can treat the function G as f inverse because it is mapping from B to A. So I can call this is the invertible function. So to show f is invertible, so we have to get GO of f must be equal to IA and FO of G must be equal to IB. Problem number 3. So I'll be taking it as set A, so where A contains 1, 2, 3, 4 and f and g be the function from A to A and given by f is equal to 1, 4, 2, 1, 3, 2, 4, 3 and g will be equal to 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 1. Okay, prove that f and g are inverse of the function. So after multiplying this f and g, I must get identity mapping. So then only I can say it is an f and g are inverse of each other. So first I'm going to find GO of f. So I'm going to find the, I'm going to show f is invertible. So I'm going to find GO f of 1. So it will be equal to what? G of f of 1 and g of f of 1 is given by g of 1 because I can choose here at the value x equal to 1. I'll be having the value 4 here, right? So at 1 I'll be having the 4, at 2 I'll be having the value 1, like that I'm doing the value here. So what I'll get here, g of 4 will be equal to 1, so this is from A only, so I got IA of 1. Again GO f of 2, so it will be equal to g of f of 2, it will be equal to g of 1, this is 2 only again, so this is IA of 2, again, so same thing we have to do for all the entries of the set A. To get the G is the inverse of F. Same thing I am doing for F also. So I'm going to take F of G here. So I'm going to conclude that F is the inverse of G here. So therefore I can conclude like for all x belongs to A, we have GO f of x will be equal to IA of x and FO of G will be equal to IB of x. Therefore G is the inverse of F as well as F is the inverse of G here. One more example. So the function f from R to R defined by f of x is equal to 2x plus 5. So let a function g from R to R be defined by g of x is equal to 1 by 2 times of x minus 5. Prove that g is the inverse of f. So we'll see how to prove this one now. So first to prove this inverse, I'll be taking GO f of x. So it's nothing but g of f of x. It will be equal to what? So since f of x is 2x plus 5, so I'll be getting g of 2x plus 5. So now I'm going to use a function g of x here. So it is given by 1 by 2 times of x minus 5. So in the place of x, I'll be replacing 2x plus 5 here. So I'll be getting 1 by 2 times of 2x plus 5 minus 5. So it gets cancelled. I got the equation like now only x, right? So I got only x here. So I got IR of x. So similarly, I'm doing for FO of g of x also. It will be equal to f of g of x. So it will be equal to f of 1 by 2 times of x minus 5. So on simplifying this, I'll be getting what? 2 times of 1 by 2 times of x minus 5 plus 5. It will be equal to x again. On simplifying this, I'll be getting IR of x. So hence I can conclude g is the inverse of f and f is the inverse of g for the given function f of x and g of x. Thank you.